close 2018. And on the other side, Pokey Chapman in her second year as Fever head coach after 6 years as the coach and GM with the Chicago Sky.
A brand new team this season with Pokey. They pretty much blew up the team. This is a very young group. So it's been an inconsistent year for them, but they're looking a little better and better, especially since adding Cappy to this lineup as another veteran.
Natalie Achanwa, Kia Vaughn for the jump. It's controlled by Dupree and the Fever, but not for long. Liberty take it right back.
No surprise it's Brittany Boyd either. She has had a heck of a season at the point guard position.
Let's see what the Liberty can muster here today. Vaughn looking for Charles. Dupree fronting her. Boyd with 6 to shoot. Sets up Coleman. 1 to shoot. Does Boyd see it? She does, but can't connect. Vaughn lost it, got it back, and scores.
And this has been the story of Kia Vaughn a lot this season, just doing the little things like that, boxing out, staying with the ball. A great second chance opportunity off the board.
Pondexter first attempt. Tap out, and a second effort here for the Fever. Pondexter again, 0 for 2.
The Fever are going to want to play fast, Ed, so look to see them trying to take quick shots and run in transition.
Remember Coleman last game against the Fever, game-winning 3. Out of 2 off the mark, rebound to Erica Wheeler. Coleman hitting the game-winning shot against her former team. Wheeler slings it out, Achanwa can't get the Fever on the board.
Now, the one thing with the Fever coming off the Dallas win is that they did score well. They scored over 20 points a game per quarter, which they haven't done all season.
Intercept Boyd. Looking cross court, Sugar Rogers nails the 3 off the steal and set up for Boyd.
Rogers has really stepped up her game the last few games. You got a couple players like Prince and Zealous out, and she has really shown that she can fill that role.
Pokey Chapman doesn't like it. Timeout, Indiana. Rogers, the big game Wednesday against Connecticut. Good start in this one. Brittany Boyd tied for 4th in the league in assists. Always having fun out there. Julianne putting her stamp on this one early.
And she's certainly a player to watch, especially in the future here in the league. She's finding players, and that's why she earned the starting role. And to find a player like Sugar Rogers, of course, in transition, that's what you want to do as a point guard, looking for your shooter.
Wheeler can't get the Fever on the board. Tapped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Indiana with 14 on the shot clock. And the Fever now 0 for their first 4. Dupree against Vaughn. Had the step on her. Open look. Erica Wheeler short again. Fever missed their first 5.
It's good to note that they did travel in on game day. They could be a little flat to start this one.
Vaughn, no rebound. Dupree. Flight yesterday eventually canceled. They were at the airport for a couple of hours, and they got the first one out here today.
And
that's a good thing.
It's a good thing, and it can go either way with that as a player. You either just play free and play well right off the top, or you're flat.
Wheeler stays with it. Boyd does as well. 2 of the hardest working players in the league going at it on the deck.
I love it.
Rogers, quick release, almost got it to go. She slipped. Let's see if Indiana can get their first points on this trip. Achanwa. And they're 0 for 7.
Maybe the one thing with New York that they've got over Indiana is certainly size, and so they can out-rebound them. You see Indiana's not even really sending anyone to the offensive glass. It's pretty much one and done. And Brittany Boyd, she's been doing all the little things this season, and even though she almost loses this basketball, she stays with it, does not mope about it, and she saves the play. But it's all about the little things at the point. Very proud of how she's improved.
Second chance for Indiana. Pondexter swarmed by Charles. Good defense. Reset, 5 to shoot. Dupree spun it up and was fouled. Candace Dupree bailed out by Sugar Rogers, the veteran in her 13th year out of Temple, going to the line for 2.
Certainly the last time Indiana was here, she did not play in this game, and she is their leading scorer and has been their most experienced player throughout the season until the addition of Cappy Pondexter. So a lot on her shoulders this year with such a young group. And I think that's been hard for Pokey Chapman, and she knew going in that they were going to blow the team up and get a lot of young, high draft picks, but the future's still bright for them.
They had 4 rookies on the roster when the year began. They're almost too young. You bring in someone like Pondexter, another veteran, another good player, and that takes some of the pressure off of Candace Dupree.
Excellent vet in the locker room, and she's vocal.
Rogers looking inside. Charles swarms and gets the bounce. Tina Charles wanted a foul there as well.
Charles been so consistent all season. Had a nice showing at the All-Star game.
Dupree in and out, and the Fever have missed their first 9 shots from the field. Charles in a tangle with Dupree, turns, almost got the shooter's roll that time. Pondexter 0 for 3. Using the screen to the rim, trying to slip it to Achanwa off her hands, and turnover number 3 on Indiana.
A tough start here for Indiana. They're flat and they're having a hard time getting good looks, and the looks they're getting, they're just not making. And they're not moving the basketball too well. Real quick shots.
Boyd off a big Charles screen to the rim. Brittany Boyd, the finger roll of the finish.
It's a pretty shot. Super aggressive to the hole.
Kelsey Mitchell set to check in for the Fever. Pondexter from the foul line, and Cappy Pondexter, the first basket for Indiana. It took half the first quarter.
A lot of time, and the one that you want to see get going is Cappy. I mean, she's coming off an 18-point performance against Dallas. She is a 2-time WNBA champ, so she certainly has that mid-range game.
8 to shoot. Charles against Dupree. Nice cut, Vaughn to the basket. Nice find by Charles.
Open, just knowing where you are on the floor.
Second basket for Kia Vaughn. Liberty lead is 7, matching their largest. And Vivian, this is the occasion, trying to dish it to Wheeler. Kelsey Mitchell will come on for the Fever. A couple of substitutions here for Katie Smith. Bria Hartley comes on, and Kia Nurse is going to join her on the floor for the Liberty.
Indiana certainly needs some substitutions here. They have no offense. They're trying to get some rhythm.
Revisiting what we said at the top, Mitchell's been great here as a rookie for Indiana. Kia Nurse, first minutes for New York. So we get a hold up here and a foul on Tiffany Mitchell for getting in the way of Marissa Coleman. Julianne, when Kia Nurse has been at her best, and given the beginning of the season may have been better for the rookie than the last few weeks, she was a vital part of the Liberty and their early success this season.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Kia Nurse is going to be vital to the future, and she's going to have a great career. We saw a lot of different flickers of hope in her with huge games. I mean, including this game against Indiana the last time they met, dropping 34. So she comes out of nowhere with games like that because she's such a competitor. And I love her toughness and her nature. She's going to go out there and give it her best effort.
Coleman shakes free and gets the roll. Marissa Coleman, her first basket, didn't make any shots from the field in the loss at Connecticut Wednesday. That's now 5 turnovers on Indiana.
And Marissa Coleman is certainly a player that they need on the floor. I mean, she missed a bunch of games with that injury. But she's gotten kind of back in rhythm since that time. And again, she played great against Indiana here.
Game-winning three. Late in the ball game with 16 seconds to go. Broke the tie. That was the difference. Hartley steps out. It's a three. Bria Hartley knocks it down.
And that's the way to come in and be that spark that Katie Smith needs.
Dupree gets open. Air ball over the rim. Indiana 1 for 11. Lob to Charles. Doubles. Coleman, extra feed. Nurse, almost. 3 and change to go first quarter. Big lead for the Liberty. Pondexter missed it. Wanted a foul there on Vaughn. Hartley to the spot. Deflection. Charles is fouled, and Tina Charles will go to the line for New York.
That's a great idea, and pass for Hartley. Nearly turned it over, but Charles, nice job staying with it. I like the movement and the passing here from New York.
Charles not going to the line. Ruling is that foul came on the floor. Second team foul on Indiana. Hartley crossover. Rebound to Chonwa. First foul on Pondexter. Kelsey Mitchell slips it out. Chonwa knocked away, and Charles with the steal. Charles trying to go the distance. Offloads to Coleman. And the travel. Oh, net on the three.
That was a beautiful job by Tina Charles, doing what a guard would do. Gets the strip and then takes that thing the full length of the court.
That's something a few years ago you'd say, no way.
No way. She worked on that in China, especially when playing over there. Really improved her ball handling skills and then her perimeter game enormously. And then Coleman, off this Tina Charles steal, does a nice job. See, she's a post player handling the basketball. This is just a beautiful job getting it to your open shooter. And then Coleman with a pretty stroke. Indiana having a hard time right now, even getting back on defense.
Mitchell's shot clock was coming down. Through the hands of Hartley. Nurse with it. Nurse, the step through. And back comes Vivians for Indiana. Nurse almost took it away, then knocks the rookie down. And Kia Nurse picks up the foul. But so far, Julianne, 19-4. Liberty with the lead with under 2 to go in the first quarter.
Now, this is the way that Katie Smith knows her squad can play. And just in talking to her before the game, that's what she's looking for right now. She's looking for players to just continue to develop and for the team to continue to become more consistent. So can they maintain this throughout the game? That's the key.
Charles snatching the Mitchell miss. Zowie B. Seals against Mavunga, and the rookie out of Ohio State. Plenty of contact from behind. Commits the foul for the Fever. It's the first on Indiana here in the final 2 minutes of this first quarter. And team foul number 4. Coleman. Double teamed. Reset now with 9 to shoot. Hartley slips it out. Charles fakes, and she traveled on the closeout there by Tiffany Mitchell.
Well, that's one thing Indiana needs to do, is try to force New York into turnovers and having to take tough shots. That can give them some extra possessions and potentially get their running game going.
Vivians back for Mitchell. Tiffany Mitchell, third year of South Carolina. Vivians off the glass and good and much needed for the Fever.
Yeah, big time. Victoria Vivians is one of the best three-point shooting rookies around.
Triple team on Charles. Zowie B, tough catch. Draws the foul. And just watching the Liberty, Julianne, they're playing very much in control in this first quarter.
Aggressive, and I love the way Zowie B got Mavunga on her back very, very deep in the paint. If you allow a player like Zowie B, or any post for that matter, to get that deep, you're in trouble, because she's right near the rim where she likes it.
Rebecca Allen going to come on here in the final minute of the first quarter for Marissa Coleman. And Pokey Chapman was saying to the officials, getting ready for the first free throw, watch the Liberty offensive 3 seconds. We'll see if those calls come later. A lot of touches so far for Charles and Zowie B. 14-point Liberty lead. Mitchell off the screen, off the mark. 2 shots made by Indiana in the first quarter. Hartley pulls up for 3, in and out. About a second separates the clocks to round out this first quarter. Kelsey Mitchell, 0 for 1 so far. 6 to shoot. On the switch against Zowie B. Crossover. Mitchell knocked away. Zowie B blocked it 1 second ago. Allen didn't get it off in time. And at the end of 1, 21-7 Liberty. Indiana 1 point more than their lowest scoring quarter of the season. End of 1 on MSG. New York Liberty lead the Fever of Indiana 21-7 as we start the second quarter. Ed Cohen, Julianne Biani with you. Pokey Chapman and the Fever, Julianne, supposed to fly in yesterday. Flight canceled, came in on the first flight this morning out of Indianapolis. You said they'll either play free or flat. It's been a flat start.
Exactly. Unfortunately, roll the dice as a player, and it goes one way or the other. Usually it's not in between. But they need to find something within themselves here in the second quarter to just find some offense and manufacture it. And the Liberty just doing whatever they want here. Nice job by Rebecca Allen with the cut, but Zowie B staying with it. That is her game. She's a hustle player, gritty. She's going to put a body on people and get the extra rebounds. And I've been impressed with her throughout this season. I think she's developed quite a bit, getting more playing time than we've seen in years past, despite the team's difficulty to win this year.
Katie Smith is trying to establish that rotation in the early weeks of the season. It took maybe a month or so to find the right combination, especially in the backcourt. But Nurse and Zowie B, who've been effective at times throughout the year, Mitchell misses there. They get a loose ball foul. Zowie B and Nurse, Julianne, have come off the bench for the Liberty in every single game this year.
And they've been spark plugs, and I think that's what is needed out of both of them, and they've been able to add that. And listen, this is a team with a lot of talent, and I think that they'll put together wins come next season as they've gotten more consistent. A lot of transition this year and a lot of injuries.
Zowie B shakes free, can't connect. Deflected out to the 3. Last foul was the second on Mavunga. Mitchell against Allen. That's a tough matchup there, side to side for Rebecca Allen. Reaches in on the rookie Mitchell.
Mitchell's definitely got speed on her and can probably take her off the bounce if that remains the matchup here.
Tiffany Mitchell back in for Indiana. If you look at the lineup that was out there for the Fever to close the first quarter, Tiffany Mitchell, 3rd year in the league, was the most veteran of the 5. Dupree wasn't out there then. Nice step through, and the finish gives her a chance at 3.
And they need that out of Candace Dupree. She is their high IQ player. She's super versatile. She's a champion, and this is a nice step through. Just recognizing that she has the ability and versatility on Zowie B. That's certainly been a tough season for her, taking on the bulk of really the offense.
Zowie B, the lob. Allen brings it down. Extra feed, maybe one too many. Out of bounds off the Liberty. Julianne, 6 turnovers for Indiana in the first quarter. Every single one of them led to points for New York.
That's a big problem. They've done a better job to start this quarter.
Another steal. 7 turnover. Let's see if it leads to more points. Conley off the screen. Now against Dupree. Loose ball found. This will go the other way. From behind, it's on Kia Stokes. And that's the first on the Liberty Center. And number 3 already on the Liberty here to start the second quarter.
And they've been aggressive. And with that aggressiveness, though, they've gotten steals. So there's that balance. And you don't mind some of the fouls because they're getting a lot of points off of turnovers.
Pondexter against Nurse. For Dupree. Reset here, 8 to shoot. Dupree, nice touch inside the lane.
She's got so many moves in her repertoire.
7 points for Candace Dupree. That leads all scores. And Pondexter with the swipe. Swings it out. Mitchell catch and shoot 3. Way too much.
She's got to catch that in rhythm. Typically she does, and she's relaxed, but she is the one you want taking that.
Brittany Boyd back into the ball game with Sugar Rogers. Pondexter gets it back. Weak side. Allen brings it down. Stokes clearing out space. Instead, it's Zowie B. Boyd alert's going to reset. Zowie B had to step on Dupree. And lost it. Dupree back for the steal.
Last couple possessions not good for New York. Just forcing some things, but Indiana stepping up the defense a little bit here.
Nice look. Achanwa. Almost. That was around the world and out. Boyd looking Allen's way. Liberty have not scored from the field to start the second. Allen, nice look off, but couldn't finish.
That's one you got to get. It's a good that's a good drive to the basket.
Mitchell. She only knows one speed, really, and that is super fast.
She is. She's such a push guard, so quick.
Allen, this time, can't connect. Last touch by Achanwa. It's going to stay with the Liberty as both Vaughn and Charles re-entered with 3:30 gone by second quarter.
And Tina Charles second in the league right now in minutes played per game. I mean, she plays a lot of minutes for this team. 33 a game.
Plays the entire first quarter. Gets it back off the screen. Reversal. Boy, that's a tough matchup for Erica Wheeler. And the Rutgers product reaches in and commits her first. Now 4 fouls on the Fever here in the second quarter.
Not too many people can laterally move with Brittany Boyd. I mean, when she's able to take it off the bounce and then she's looking for players if she's not herself open. I mean, her numbers are terrific, averaging 5.5 assists per game.
Vaughn spins away. Not enough touch. It'll go the other way. Boyd trying to track down the rebound. Commits her first foul. That's now 4 on the Liberty. Allen's going to exit. Marissa Coleman back in. And again, can't say enough. Taking nothing away from Coleman. What the Liberty miss when you don't have a Shavante Zealous available and ready.
They're missing that grit and that veteran presence, and she also has the ability to just take over a ball game. It's definitely been tough not having her.
Slow start for the Liberty here in the second quarter, but without their veteran, it's a 10-point lead. Liberty on top of the Fever by 10 early in the second quarter. And Julianne, we talked about Shavonte Sellis. She is still out and likely won't be available until the 4-game road trip to close the season, as she went down with the right ankle sprain at Atlanta back in mid-July.
And it's, like we said earlier, tough to lose her because she is the heart and soul of this team. She does so many of the little things, and she's got championships under her belt. She's got that ability to take over. She's probably the best at getting to the basket, too.
Charles, she can get there, too. And now she's going to the line for a chance at three.
Tina Charles, who's been consistent all season long. I mean, she knows how to put herself in position to score. She's got a height advantage against Indiana overall. Candace Dupree just cannot quite stay with her. But really, you've got to double team Tina and make it difficult for her to get those kinds of shots, because that was too easy for a player of her caliber.
5 points now for Charles. She's 2 for 4. Not a ton of touches, but Indiana's throwing 2, sometimes 3 defenders at her. Rogers screened off on Dexter. Can't get the roll over Charles. Long pass, and nobody home for the Liberty. That's their 6th turnover. But Brittany Boyd, usually ace in that category. Mentioned this before the tip. At least 8 assists for Brittany Boyd in 5 of her last 7 games.
And she's really adjusted to the pro game since her Achilles injury, and she's had some injuries since beginning pro basketball. And it's been impressive to see her work hard to get back and make better decisions now. She's not out of control. I remember when she first got here, she would get a little out of control because she's that fast, up-tempo type of guard. She did it at Cal, and she was really successful at Cal with it. But you get to this level, and she's been able to really control it.
Cappy Pondexter, free throw here. Defensive 3 seconds on Kia Vaughn for the Liberty. And then you look at Boyd and you think, okay, rookie year, Liberty are playing so well. This could be one of the best teams in the league. Goes down with a season-ending injury. And then last year, 3rd year, which is a huge one for a point guard, and she's down in the 2nd game of the season.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate with her injuries, but she has not lost a step. And you can see that clearly.
Erica Wheeler off the mark. Some contact inside. Vaughn with the rebound. Boyd sets up Charles. 3 defenders at her, and the Fever force a steal.
And that's what the Fever need to do if they want to force some turnovers to get some extra possessions.
Dupree against Boyd. Nice look inside, and Achan were there for the finish.
Dupree double teamed, but boy, she's got that court vision.
25-15. Liberty leaders 10. They have been up as many as 15. 6 to shoot. Pondexter right there underneath Rogers. Reach and found number 2 on Pondexter. And the Liberty in the bonus here with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. So Sugar Rogers, 75% free throw shooter, is going to have 2.
Sugar has started the last 3 games, and she's been averaging 12.5 points a game in 26 minutes, shooting 50% from the floor, which is a real key thing for her because she started out the season kind of sluggish, injured, kind of battling some different things, and she's really come on strong the last few games.
Big game here against Indiana. June 10th was effective off the bench. They've been looking for that all year. Consistent scoring from the outside. Inside this time, it's a Chanwa for the Fever.
And she's finding some open slots there down low. Often a lot of it off of penetration. So people have to be ready to rotate.
Charles inside. Vaughn, tough catch, and lays it in. 4 assists now, Julianne, for Tina Charles.
She's being triple teamed, so she's able able to find some open people out of it. If you're her teammate around her, you got to make sure you're going to space every time.
Dupree, with that set release, drills it over Charles.
She's so calm. Such a poised player.
3 and change to go before the break. Liberty have not trailed so far today. We're going the other way. Charles, moving screen, trying to free up Rogers.
Yeah, she must have turned her shoulders ever so slightly.
Katie Smith, none too pleased.
Not happy about it.
That's one where you set the play. It's a good look. And you just don't get the benefit of the call.
And you're trying to get that fly screen going for your shooter, your Sugar Rogers.
A 10-point lead for New York. Erica Wheeler scored 33 at the Garden last year against the Liberty. Vivian's the rookie. Now it's Pondexter. This is her 11th game with the Fever. Rotation, Wheeler wide open. Erica Wheeler in rhythm. Hits the 3 for her first points today.
That's what's really needed big time. She's got the toughness factor, but they need that offense.
Indiana shooting just 26% with that 3. And a steal.
They crept right back into this one. New York should be beating them by so much more. But this quarter, Indiana was kind of outplayed them.
Frustration foul, Tina Charles. Her second of the quarter. The lead's down to 7. Celebrity Row here at the Westchester County Center. Isaiah Hicks, Knicks forward, entering his second NBA season, taking on the Liberty and Fever Julianne this afternoon.
Before you know it, got training camp coming up. August already. We've seen a lot of these guys show up at some of these games. You're the voice of the Knicks. Your thoughts?
It's exciting. I think it's exciting.
New coach.
Especially for the younger players. New coach in David Fizdale. Isaiah Hicks signed to another 2-way contract, so he can spend 45 days with the NBA side. The rest of that's with the Westchester Knicks in this building in the G League. But there's going to be ample opportunity for a lot of young players to see a lot of playing time and to learn a new system and develop, with hopes that in a couple of years there'll be more room to sign a big free agent to a max contract, and there may be another high lottery pick in the wings a year from now.
Totally agree, and I'm a big fan of that, where you can dip into both here. You can really learn and grow in the G League, and then you get a chance to play multiple games throughout the season. It's terrific.
He's got the North Carolina shirt. He won a title there in 2017 as a senior. Here's the news. Roy Williams will have the court at the Dean Smith Center named in his honor.
That's really incredible.
Leading the Tar Heels to 3 titles in his time. All right, Liberty, the lead is 5. They've been up as many as 15. A 7-0 run for Indiana. And we're in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter. And another steal. Rogers gave it up to Pondexter. Erica Wheeler attacks to the basket, and a chance at 3 for Wheeler. And all of a sudden, that 15-point lead whittled to 3 in no time.
And this is the problem with consistency New York's had all season. In Indiana, better passing. You saw multiple players touch that basketball, and then Wheeler gets it in a position to take it off the bounce. So kudos to Indiana. If they can get running, they're a better team. And New York is kind of let up defensively. They look tired, not getting back as quick as they were in the first quarter. But both of these teams, and I can't harp on that enough, have struggled with maintaining certain levels of play throughout the entire game.
Wheeler now with 6 points, and here is the scary number if you're a Liberty fan. 2 turnovers in the first quarter, 9 here in the second.
Definitely not good.
Boyd taking matters into her own hands, and they needed that energy to the rim. Chanwa frees up Wheeler, gets it back, and strokes it. 2-point game again.
She's got that calming presence in the middle there. Chanwa's got to continue to be aggressive.
Charles, well defended. Vaughn, nice cleanup. And Kia Vaughn, Julian, with 8 points.
That's the way to battle. And that's what she does well. And she finds a body. And she has that strength where you can't knock it out of Kia Vaughn's hands.
Final minute of the second quarter. Wheeler with the step on Boyd. Dupree blows by Boyd, and the veteran with the finish. 13 for Dupree.
She's got a very high field goal percentage throughout her career. So she takes high percentage shots.
Nurse. Nice pivot. Kia Nurse off the glass.
That's a beautiful move. I mean, she comes out with these moves in her repertoire so quick.
Shot clock off for the Fever. Down by 4. They have not led today. Wheeler, 3 seconds. Circles, flips. Dupree for Wheeler at the buzzer. And at the end of the first half, 35-31, the Liberty with the lead. Not the finish they wanted here in the second quarter.
Excellent first quarter. Second quarter absolutely was a struggle, but you got to give credit to
Tina Charles in that first half scored 5. She was 2 for 5 from the field. And Julianne, there's no doubt when Sugar Rogers is locked in, this is a different Liberty team.
Absolutely. I mean, Sugar can space the floor out, and this has been somewhat of a problem throughout the season in a consistent standpoint. So if she can start to hit some, get her rhythm going, that will help spread the floor out and then open things up for Tina inside.
Rogers 5 threes against the Fever here in June. Boyd was stripped, ball loose. Officials confer, and it was kicked. So it's going to stay on this end, deflected by Indiana, and the call from Janetta Graham before the tie-up.
It looks like this is going to go possession Liberty here, but yeah, there's a kick ball, and it was definitely on Indiana. That was on Wheeler.
Make sure we're all dry there in the paint. Here in the first 15 seconds of this third quarter. Liberty Juliet, home game today. It will be camp day at Madison Square Garden Monday against first place Seattle. And then back here to Westchester Wednesday against the Sparks. And they close their home portion of the schedule next Sunday against red hot Atlanta.
Got a bunch in a row here at home where they want to be playing their best ball.
7 to shoot for the Liberty. Vaughn almost. Nice set there by Boyd. And Boyd coming from behind wraps up Wheeler. You could see the frustration from Boyd, and also knowing that Vaughn was trailing, she came all the way down to stop the play.
Yeah, she did. She tried to stop the transition, and Vaughn is definitely limping here. It looks like an ankle. She's coming off limping bad. And she was having a really great performance. And Kia Vaughn here with this catch. Wants to come down on that funky. You see that right foot. And Chanwa kind of running into her.
Vivians goes back door. Doubles. Gives it right up to Rogers. Liberty running. Rogers to Charles. The catch and the reverse layup.
That's pretty. And this is what Herb Williams was talking about when I was interviewing him. Just keep running. Don't always slow it up and get a set shot, because you want to keep the defense off kilter.
Pondexter can't answer. Here they go again. Load up the engine, and maybe a little too revved up. Turnover by the Liberty.
So they're looking to push. They want to get the tempo going.
So we'll keep an eye on Kia Vaughn, and if she can come back into this game. Not a good look that right near the Liberty tunnel to the locker room. She went off immediately. Wheeler. And again, Zowie B on the switch.
Definitely a matchup problem over there.
Look into it, Chanwa. 3 to shoot. Wheeler is called for steps. 10 turnovers now for the Fever. Julianne, the Liberty have cashed in to the tune of 20 points off those giveaways.
Well, that's been pivotal. I mean, if you can, you've got to force teams to have to turn it over a little bit. You've got to capitalize, and they've done a good job with that. Indiana's done the same in New York at times.
Charles against Dupree. Got it away. Charles, the recognition, knowing help was coming.
She never ceases to amaze me with that shot. She just has it down pat and totally cocks it above her head like that. You really can't reach it.
2 baskets to start the third for Charles. Now at 9 points. Dupree can't answer. Liberty push. Boyd backs down Wheeler. Deflected out to Rogers. And a Chanwa back for the board.
But that's a shot Rogers has to take. She's got it.
Pondexter's been quiet. Just 3 points. She's 1 of 8. Pondexter tucks it. Throws it away. And we get the foul. Tina Charles going for the block shot. Instead picks up her third.
And she knows it too. She hammered her. And Tina here with that last possession, our little turnaround fadeaway right in her wheelhouse. And virtually unstoppable.
Julianne, if you looked at Cappie Pondexter to start this WNBA season, you'd see 13 games with Los Angeles, but not a factor. Only 10 minutes per game with the Sparks. Finds new life with the Fever. This is her 11th game. She started 8. She's averaging almost 12 per game with Indiana.
Listen, 35 years old. It's her 13th season. She's one of the league's all-time greats right here and has really brought that leadership that this team was lacking. So there's a spot for her, and she'll play as long as she can. And she's got a high IQ. She's been effective. And that backcourt for this Indiana team, they haven't had anyone to really mentor them. So I think that having her and then keeping her next year as well would help this team beneficially.
35 years old. Dupree, another veteran, drills that off the bounce. Indiana inches to within 4 again. Touch to Charles. Gets free. Never put it on the deck. Charles, couple of nice moves. 6 of her 11. Tina Charles have come in the third. Wheeler against Charles. Attacks baseline. Before the shot, this is Charles, Julianne. And that's number 4.
And Indiana's been attacking her down low. And they really can't afford to take her out of the game. Indiana's found a way to keep this very close.
Wheeler peels it back and hits. Erica Wheeler, tough fadeaway with 8 points.
She's such a good player. Has that vision, always has her eyes up, even when she's dribbling that basketball, so she's got more room to see the hoop.
Harley wants it. Zowie B offensive board. Harley finding Charles. Zowie B against the Chanwa. Puts on the move and scores. But it's going the other way. A little hesitation for the left. Offensive foul.
Chanwa must have got positioning there above that restricted area here. And Zowie B going hard at her, initiating that contact. That's the right call. Chanwa, though, I'm very impressed with her establishing that position and then taking the heat. A tough play.
Chanwa fresh off a matchup with Liz Cambage against Dallas. Win for Indiana 2 nights ago. And getting it done on the defensive end here as well.
That was a tough night for Achanwa. Cambage having 37 points on her. Now they were able to win it. No Diggins in that game, so they forced a lot of turnovers.
Vivians inside Achanwa. Chance at 3 coming up for the Notre Dame product as Indiana is within 2. The foul on Marissa Coleman.
A good ball movement, and the rotation for New York not bad. Coleman just a little bit late on the last rotation because you're pretty much having to follow the ball. It gets there a little bit late. Nice passing and movement. And I'm such a fan of that. I mean, you're seeing it more in the NBA now too. Lots of movement with the basketball, creating opportunities in that fluid offense.
41-40. Liberty have led the entire game. Nurse will reset against Vivians. Coleman to Zowie B. Back for Coleman. Kick to Nurse. Just got away in time, but Achanwa pulls down the rebound.
Well, that's the way to kick the ball out. I thought Coleman could have even gone up with that.
Pondexter driving kick. 9-2 run for the Fever. Midway point, third quarter. Mitchell trailing the 3. Way off the mark.
She's been so off today. New York's really covered that 3.
Nurse rolled off. Zowie B. Cleanup duty. Liberty by 3.
And that's what happens when you run the basketball. Some easy opportunities.
5 points now for Zowie B. Pondexter shakes free. Fall-away jumper. Tipped out of bounds off Achanwa. Liberty still have led the entire game, but the Fever on their heels. Liberty on top of the Fever by 3 in this third quarter. Start of a 4-game homestand. Next 3, all on MSG Networks. Monday, it's back to the world's most famous arena against the first-place Seattle Storm. Back to Westchester Wednesday against the Sparks. And the Atlanta Dream, Julianne. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
They've been phenomenal. I mean, after starting out the season as rocky as they did and then just turning that corner, they've been impressive.
Here's Boyd. Comes up short. Mitchell leads the run out for Indiana. But it is bunched up in the league standings. There's no doubt about that. A lot to decide in terms of home floor. Who gets buys? Who gets the double bye? Dupree, offensive board, and a stick back.
What a nose for the basketball Dupree has, man. She just goes after it. And not having Vaughn in the game, you don't have that extra banger inside.
Boyd back to Nurse. Nurse short.
Well, that's what Nurse did last time these two played. She was nailing a lot of threes.
Fever chance to take their first lead today. Achanwa. And the rebound for Boyd. Nurse running the floor. She's 1 for 6 to the rim. Count it, and the foul for Kia Nurse.
That's what she's best at. I mean, when she can run the floor better than everyone else, that's what she did at UConn. I mean, phenomenal at running the floor. Great body control here. Your teammates are going to find you.
A couple of times in this third quarter, the Fever have drawn to within 1. Closest they've been since it was 2-0 to start the game. And Nurse with the answer that time. 3-point play. 46-42 New York. Dupree from Tiffany Mitchell. And Dupree with the answer for Indiana.
Dupree continuing to shoot a high percentage. I mean, she's taking really solid shots. That's too easy for her.
19 today. She's 7 of 12. Nurse steps out. Open. Too much. Zowie B set a big screen that time. Second effort for the Liberty. Hardly out of a double. Boyd to the basket, and now to the line. Brittany Boyd attacking with vengeance.
Yeah, she's so quick off that first step. When she can get by the first defender, she's typically going to get to the hole somehow. So a nice job here with the pass. She's wide open. She has that body control to draw the contact. And Boyd not the greatest outside shooter, so that's something that if she wants to continue to improve in the point guard position, I'd love to see her get a little bit more of an outside shot, which will give her that extra weapon in years to come.
Boyd's made 7 threes this year. Converts here at the line.
But that's, I think, the next step for her, is to spread the floor out. And you really have to keep the defense honest that way. They can't cover you for the drive.
It's going the other way. Offensive foul. Moving screen. Candace Dupree. I want to come back to your point about Brittany Boyd. She spent this entire offseason trying to get back to form, get her conditioning back, her strength after her season ended with the torn ACL, or excuse me, Achilles. In terms of managing your time, she'd love to improve her outside shot, but this season was about getting back on the floor.
Exactly, and getting your step back. I mean, at the point guard, you've got to be able to have a quick step. Nice job there by Tia Nurse flying on the screen. But absolutely, you got to get the footwork back, and the rest follows.
Vivian's deep three. Vivians drills it from almost 30 feet away.
She's a pure scorer. I mean, and I said that throughout her college career. I mean, she's been unbelievable. Mississippi State lit it up as a small ball player.
Boyd on a switch, circles to 3, kicks cross court. Hartley knocks down the triple. 4-3 for the Liberty.
Listen, ball reversal will get you open shots. The defense is scrambling and shifting.
Final 70 seconds, third quarter. Tiffany Mitchell over Zowie B and gets the roll. First basket for Mitchell. Came in averaging almost 9 per game.
She has that high energy, though. You know that she, at any given time, can get you a bucket.
Boyd kept it low and then lost it. Kelsey Mitchell. Pull-up jumper. Got it. And Indiana within 2 here in the final minute of the third.
Very impressed with Indiana's mid-range game. They're utilizing it. Their guards can really hit the mid-range game, which is a lost art sometimes.
Zowie B steps out. Mitchell up for it. Shot clock's off. 20 seconds to round out the third quarter. We spotlighted these two. Nurse guarding Kelsey Mitchell. 6 seconds. Mitchell gets free. Zowie B with the rebound. 2 seconds for the Liberty. Boyd at the buzzer. Almost. End of 3. It's a 2-point game.
Shot almost went down, and Brittany Boyd, we know, practices that, but New York hanging on here as we go into the fourth.
Starting the fourth quarter in Westchester, WNBA, if you were to make a list of easiest players to root for in the WNBA or in professional sports, I submit to you Erica Wheeler. She is right near the top of that list.
Well, she really is. I mean, the way that she came into the WNBA is just, it was a circuitous way. I think that's the only way you can really put it. An undrafted free agent, gone through a lot in her life and throughout her career, and I know that you covered her quite a bit at Rutgers, and you know, close to see Vivian Stringer at Rutgers, and she said, I've never seen a person play harder or play with more heart than her. And that's impressive because she's coached a lot of players, but it's really cool to see her get into the WNBA the way that she did, with pure hustle and heart.
Coach Stringer, 3 wins from 1,000. Erica Wheeler one of her all-time favorites, as Nurse is whistled for the foul here. She grew up in a tough neighborhood, Liberty City in the Miami area, undrafted, signed with a team in Puerto Rico for $200 a week. I was talking to her before the game. She's been playing non-stop, if you go back to her overseas days, and certainly in this league, really for about 5 years as Dupree misses.
And when she was in Brazil, I mean, she was not getting much pay. And then, of course, in Europe and Asia, and the WNBA wasn't even on her radar. I mean, that's what she said. I mean, until that chance encounter in an airport with Michael Cooper.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Just before the 2015 season, and he ended up giving her a shot. And she's been terrific ever since.
A great young woman, Erica Wheeler. In her 4th WNBA season, once again with the Indiana Fever. And she stuck 33 on the Liberty last year at the Garden.
Incredible.
Got a tight ball game, 2-point contest. Mitchell steps out. The call. Couldn't control the rebound. Liberty are going to have it. And Wheeler's coming back in, along with Natalie Achanwa. Julianne Fever have pulled to within 1. That was twice in the 3rd quarter, but have not led this game today. The Liberty largest lead was 15 back in the 1st quarter.
The margin for error for both of these teams is pretty slim, and they've struggled, like we've talked about throughout this year. So you've got to play near perfect to beat each other.
Wheeler circles, gets by Zowie B. Mitchell fouled by Zowie B. And Tiffany Mitchell will go to the line where she shoots 81%. A chance to tie this game for the first time today. One
thing Indiana is doing is they're in attack mode right now, and the Liberty are not so much, and that's why Indiana, the last few possessions, has gotten to the rim. They've gotten to the line here, but you've got to be able to stop the breakdown penetration.
Two-time SEC Player of the Year at South Carolina. Asia Wilson, who has enjoyed one of the best rookie seasons in league history, an all-star, at 18 in the all-star game in Minneapolis, said of her college teammate, she called her takeover Tiff.
I love that. Both of them, it can be said of them. I mean, Asia Wilson has had such a phenomenal season. She doesn't have that rookie flair at all. She's so confident.
Still a 1-point Liberty lead. Get it to the point guard. Boyd flips it back. Zowie B, extra feed. Nurse. And the rebound to Vivians. Nurse is 0 of 5 from 3. Wheeler sizing up Boyd. Wheeler pulls back. Mitchell crashing to the hardwood. Went for the rebound against Zowie B. Now they'll confer to see if he is in the process of shooting.
Mitchell here flies out of nowhere. How about that hustle on the opposite side? Typically that's where the rebound's going. It's going to go long.
Ruling is they're going to award Mitchell 2 shots. And Katie Smith is saying she wasn't in the process of shooting, didn't even have possession. But Mitchell has stepped up, and this game is tied for the first time today.
It looked like she caught it in the air as she was coming down. That's what Katie Smith is trying to say here. That's how I saw it.
The result, Indiana, its first lead this afternoon. 54-53. Liberty have to dig deep. Nurse, wide open 3. Missed it short, will get a foul going for it. Charles came down. And the contact inside from Erica Wheeler. Oh, they'll give it to Kathy Pondexter. The big gripe from Katie Smith, Julianne, is There wasn't control. The ball was loose, but apparently because Mitchell had left the air, Charles misses the three. She was in position to take the shot. Wheeler hesitates. Looking for Achanwa. Now finds her. Achanwa doubles, gets free, gets it back. Tipped out for a third opportunity.
Well, the rebounding has not been there for New York. You've got to put bodies on people, whether you're a guard or a post. These long balls they should go to the guard.
This will be Achanwa.
But you sense Indiana really has this hunger here off this miss. That's where Achanwa went over the back there on Sally B. Big time last few minutes here for New York. They've got to really find it.
Boyd over Wheeler. Teardrop, no. Rebound to Wheeler. A low-scoring game. You just get the sense it just could be last team standing. Physical affair, especially in the second half. 6 to shoot for Indiana. Dupree. Off balance, no. Rogers leads the run out. To Nurse. Wasn't ready for it. Got it back. Double dribble on Kia Nurse. Try and laugh that one off.
Yeah, you really do. She wasn't on the same page as Rogers there in transition. You see Sugar trying to push this ball in very close proximity. So a tough pass and a tough angle to make that pass. So Nurse wasn't really ready for it.
A Liberty rookie, 10th pick out of UConn. Hung up the 34 points. Highest ever by a Liberty rookie. And the overtime win at Indiana back in early June.
You better believe they didn't want her to drop down them this time.
No, they've been ready. Pondexter in the lane and getting the bounce.
See, this is where Cappy comes into play. She's a veteran. She's got the ability to take over a game and to finish games, and that's why they need her on this team.
7 for Pondexter. And the deflection that time. Original call was back to the Fever. They will get together. It's going to stay Indiana ball.
Cappy's so experienced here. Plays at a high level. Knows how to start and close. She's going to have the basketball in her hands this whole quarter.
The crowd and Katie Smith, they can't believe it. It was clearly deflected by Pondexter. The question was, Rogers there to get a touch? They keep it Fever ball. Wheeler off the screen from Achanwa. Kicks back to Pondexter for 3. Rutgers connection. Pondexter from Wheeler.
She's from this neck of the woods. Well, college-wise.
Chicago native, Cappy Pondexter with 10. Charles doubles, at one point triples. Finds Hartley, at the step. Hartley draws the foul. But we saw that graphic. Liberty in a major drought. 6 points in a stretch of over 7 minutes. They're going to have to dig deep. Fever by 6. Cappy Pondexter, 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Liberty Juliet have yet to score here in this final period. Now Pondexter leading Indiana to its first lead today.
She's truly taken over this quarter. She's a player with a lot of experience, and she's been effective today. Knows how to compete. And New York needs something badly offensively.
Hartley ends the drought here in the fourth. When you look at the roster makeup for a team like Indiana, they're still maybe even a few years away. There's some young pieces, but they need more. Right now with 4 victories on the season, so you bring the player like Pondexter, That's a culture change.
Oh, yeah, big time. And she's somebody that really sat behind some primary guards in LA, but she's so useful on a team like this. But they really need that veteran presence. And think about Seattle, and when Seattle just I think 3 or 4 years ago, they were rebuilding, and now they're top in the league. They can win it all.
Karen calling up Pondexter. Veteran hates to see that call in the fourth quarter.
Nice.
Wheeler the steal. Took it from Charles.
That's great defense.
Shanwa up top to three. The fake and the jumper. Candace Dupree leading all scorers. She has 21.
Indiana wants it more this quarter. They are showing that because they're executing and playing harder.
Charles, no. Rebecca Allen crashing in for the rebound. It's going to stay on this end. She ran right into Erica Wheeler. That's the second foul on Wheeler.
And Allen here with a nice job anticipating that rebound. And a key possession. Every possession at this point in the game matters.
Slicing inside. Rogers hounded by Mitchell. 4 to shoot, lost the ball. Got it back, Hartley to beat the clock. And a shot clock violation on the Liberty. The score doesn't say it all. The Liberty led this game by 15. But we've seen a number of disjointed possessions here in the fourth quarter.
That's been the issue, is finishing, closing a 14-1 run in the last 6.5 minutes. And that's where you've got to close ball games. That's where Cappy comes into play here for Indiana. And of course, you've seen Candace Dupree make some shots, the two veterans.
On Exter. Tipped out to Harvey. Liberty trying to run. Rogers back for Hartley. Allen got a piece of it out of bounds, back to the Fever.
New York's out of sorts, so they're not taking the best shots and getting the best looks here.
The lead is 7 for the visitors. 1 point scored by the Liberty in the fourth. Tina Charles and the Liberty looking for an answer right now. It starts on the defensive end. 15-point lead has led to a 7-point margin. Dupree for Indiana. For Mitchell. 3 to shoot. Dupree gets it back. 1 to shoot. And Allen with the block shot. Here comes Boyd. On a kick to the Australian. And too much from Rebecca Allen.
And that's the thing you need to do, is string together some defensive stops. Get some stops, but you need to also string it on the other end.
Wheeler turns the corner, blows by Boyd, and Erica Wheeler scores.
Again, they were just getting whatever they want off the bounce. New York's falling asleep defensively.
Allen posting up on Dupree. Rebecca Allen, no. Shanwa up for the rebound. All of a sudden, you look up, Julian. Under 3 left in the fourth quarter. Indiana with a 9-point lead, and the Liberty with 1 point in the fourth.
Tina Charles has been stuck on 11 points this whole quarter, and then the next highest scorer is 8 points, and it's Kia Vaughn, who's been out with the ankle injury this whole half. So that's not good enough. I mean, you can't have your leading scorer with just 11 points. She's got no help around her today. This has been a problem throughout the season. She needs some help around her. And it's not really happening here tonight.
She works so hard.
And she does.
Puts
You
an
can't bash
amazing
her
time.
whatsoever, because she's done everything possible for this team to be successful. And there are going to be nights where she's double and triple teamed, and she needs someone to pick her up, and it hasn't happened today.
That's the story we talked about in the preseason, because last year and her time with the Liberty, It's been a matter of, well, you know she's going to receive different looks come July and August. It's how you work off of that. And here today, more pronounced than I think most games even this season, because they have brought multiple defenders at her at every point, and she hasn't gotten the ball back, and there haven't been open looks after that.
And there's too many turnovers, especially tonight. They got 18 turnovers, and in essence, Indiana scored 30 points off that.
Wheeler slips it out for Dupree, and Candace Dupree didn't play against the Liberty the last meeting in Westchester, has scored 23.
How smooth is she, Ed? I mean, she is smooth. She's got that mid-range shot down pat.
Boyd. And Pondexter's there. 2 and change to go. Now Pondexter, the veteran, looking at the clock, is going to work some time here. A day that began in the morning in Indianapolis with a morning flight. Tipped out by the Liberty with 7 to shoot. Delayed yesterday. And he may spend more time at the airport today than in the arena.
If you look at that first quarter, and this was looking like a blowout. New York was going to blow them out, but Indiana so stale. And Dupree again, big time, stepping up this fourth quarter. They're just making shots. I mean, it always comes down to that. Which team can execute down the stretch and outplay the other team, out-hustle, outwork? It's been Indiana. I'm very impressed with their fight today.
Dupree slings it for Pondexter. Veteran connection almost that time. Final 90 seconds in Westchester. Rogers launches. And the rebound to Tiffany Mitchell.
That game's been missing today. They've desperately needed a spread the floor player in this one to get hot, and no one's been able to do it.
Pondexter wide open. And Charles with the rebound. But the Fever on the verge of coming to Westchester, and a near fourth quarter shutout. Allen no, rebound Dupree. We can say this with under a minute to go in the fourth. The Liberty have been outscored this period 16-1.
That's awful. It's something that you need to really take pride in, and I felt like Indiana took more pride in their game today overall. You know, they've got a losing record too. You still want to take pride in it, and they play with more hunger.
Hartley's going to the line with 37.2 left. Tiffany Mitchell picks it up. You mentioned it at the top because it was all Liberty in the first quarter. They led by 15. Indiana was a step behind. When you fly in the morning, sometimes you're not thinking. You just go out there and you play. And they didn't early. But after that first quarter, it flipped and fast.
Right, nothing to lose. You barely get a ton of warm-up time, and you're rolling off the plane. Really, it can be to your advantage. And New York, they couldn't execute down the stretch, and they were ahead most of this game.
Fewest points in the quarter scored this season by the Liberty. They had 8 in Washington back on July 5th. And right now, with that last free throw, they're sitting on 2. Indiana on the verge of its 3rd road win, which will be more than their 2 at home. And this will be their 3rd win in their last 5 games. Sean Winnow, late whistle, and the foul on Sugar Rogers is going to send Natalie Achonwa to the line for the visitors.
And if you're Pokey Chapman, you're happy about that because you're trying to develop a young team, and this group is starting to they're starting to put it together. And the big difference maker, adding Cappy Pondexter, mid-season trade, getting her from LA, and now they've got 2 veterans that are making a big difference. And you know, you want to see that kind of turning point at this time of the year. So she's probably happy with the last couple of games. And they started the season 0-10.
Yeah.
I mean, let's remember that.
9 wins a year ago. 16 seconds from their fifth this year. Harley challenged by Wheeler to the basket. And that's just about going to do it. Liberty don't hit a shot from the field in the fourth quarter, and the Indiana Fever come to Westchester and win it 68-55. Arriving in the morning and exiting with a W.
And flat out, Indiana just outplayed New York today. And they did not finish strong. And unfortunately,